Coast is still bitterly cold and getting slammed, apparently, still. It is 60 plus degrees out here in the great Midwest. And me and my man Smokestack are taking a little walk, ski, and hutch out in this beautiful weather. About to talk about the Epstein files, Bill Maher, apologies, the QAnon nonsense, FBI, their abilities, and much, much more. But one of the first things that I want to kick off and address, and we're going to do a full video on this later this evening, is the email that I brought up yesterday about secret societies with Kurt, and the fact that there was the secret society that was not allowing minorities or women. Shocking. And my audience, thank you. I think it was Eve who sent it to me. Thank you. They sent me the email I was talking about. So it was like, the reason I couldn't find it was the actual quote was like secret type societies, right? So, again, thank you. Can't get enough of those thank yous. Hey, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? My dog's going wild because it's so nice out. Anyway, and the funny thing is, on the secret societies, it does name several of them, but they don't know all of them. And in it, it's called the Zodiac Secret Society. And remember, again, you say what you want about Metzger and him going a little wild here and there. He talked about high-level astrology and these people believing in it. And in this very powerful secret society that somebody is talking to Jeffrey Epstein about, they're talking about one of the members representing, quote-unquote, the astrological sign of Cancer. Okay? So, you say what you want, but Mr. Metzger certainly knows what he's talking about in that arena. Now, on top of that, I wanted to get into Bill Maher and this idea of the QAnon people being owed an apology. They are owed no such thing. And this is a big problem, because just like yesterday, I spent some time talking about how the cannibal restaurant is real, how we know what the quote-unquote chef's name is, and he's in the files, Francis Derby, over and over and over again. Like, it's not like he's rare in these files. He's all over them. And he did work at this restaurant. And yes, I get it. The jerky thing is, in some cases, more than likely code for something. But what that is, again, people are busting out those jump to conclusions maps, and I think they're going to get a whole lot of it wrong. Okay? Now, here's the deal. The FBI, the DOJ, they all know who started that whole shit posting propaganda campaign on 4chan, 8chan, and beyond. They absolutely know who that is. Now, I'm going to give you an example from the Epstein files. The DOJ and the FBI, when they want to do their job, are easily able to track down people that post, quote-unquote, anonymously on these boards, right? So that R.C. Gravalja gentleman, the person that made the post about working in MCC and Epstein being moved the night before, they tracked him down easily. They knew immediately, essentially. I mean, like, as soon as they looked into it, they found the guy. Okay, and the FBI and DOJ absolutely know who started QAnon, and it wasn't superheroes behind the scenes working against the deep state with Trump. It was literally shit posters and DEF CON people, and an individual called Microchip in particular, who actually went on OAN, and Jack Posobiec knew about it. He was, part of like the original steering committee when these shit posters got it, because that's what they are. Okay, they had really no investment, Microchip in particular, in the truth. And by the way, if you don't believe me and you think that I'm just full of it, it's absolutely the case. Now, later on, Microchip and those guys got it taken away. The Watkins family that father and son team, Fred Watkins, Code Monkey. Yeah, no, they absolutely had control of it for quite some time. And I see like these people that are literal fantasists, like everybody's in a mask, you know, the deep state's going down, Trump's a hero, you know, just total fantasists. Now like posting victory laps because they somehow believe they've been vindicated, because people like Maher are going, well, they got that right. No, those shit posters used the reality of a predator class at a high level that, yes, is abusing kids, that, yes, is involved in the trafficking of women, boys, girls, is involved in high-level drug dealing, are in the highest level banking circles. All that's real. all that is real and has been for a very long time. By the way, only 21 watching. Can we get 50 thumbs up for Smokey? For Smokey the dog, can we just get 50 thumbs up? All that is real. But then if you want to start, you know, breaking up the jump to conclusions, Matt, and saying this post definitely means this, and this is code for that. We were being real yesterday when we talked about, you know, pizza and other things. It could mean a ton of different things. You know, I saw somebody out there saying, well, you know, I bought every drug known to man, and I've never used the code word pizza for anything. I mean, were you around in the time of text messaging when you were doing these things? You know, were you outright just saying it via text message? And I mean, Jimmy Dore was talking about the emails that he'd use in the code words. Yes, that's a code word for a ton of different type of illegal activity. So to me, the big thing is, you know, it's not one thing with these people. For instance, you know, I quickly mentioned it other than Elon Musk, but you saw the headline, Kimball Musk. Another one. Let's get Kimball another one of our girls. So this is, again, one of those things where it wasn't like they were selling him. There wasn't a price there. He was currying favor and compromising people. Currying favor and compromising people. All right, so it's still frustrating to me when Maher is out there and he's a big voice on the left, and, you know, his Club Random podcast that I think he's had it for a couple of years, 2-3 years now, is pretty sizable at this point. You know, to his credit, he is having people on with opposing views, but like let's go with somebody like Carolla, right? Carolla's got a decent sized broadcast himself, and Carolla had Sam Tripoli on recently. Awesome, very happy about that. But Adam Carolla, I hate to say it, guys, really has a limited spectrum of knowledge when we're talking about any of these subjects. And when I say limited, I mean super limited, I mean super narrow, and certainly not in the realm of any type of expertise. So when he's sitting there and Maher says something like that, it's just, you know, it's kind of blah, because Maher still hasn't gone down the proper rabbit holes of reality, right? And he continued to not do so. So then on top of, you know, that Maher situation there, I saw Cenk Uygur, right? Again, another big voice of the left out there, and now talking about 9/11 truth. He's like, well, I am now officially questioning 9/11. Really? You're just now officially questioning 9/11, and of course the reason is the Epstein files. Well, that's great. Maybe that is awakening more and more people to the power structure, but again, how long has that guy had an enormous platform with an enormous influence on partisan politics and getting people elected? I mean, he's a driving force in some of these congressional elections for many, many years, including, you know, these type of recruitments where they're looking for their next big star they can put out, like AOC or Ilhan Omar. Like, those people like did auditions to get behind big money that would push them in districts to get elected, and they successfully did that. You know, and Sync was a big part of that. Look, I'm a big tent guy. I want more people looking at more information, but certainly not the bad stuff, and amplifying the stuff that's easily going to be debunkable, that is going to make people look bad when they point to something that is horrendous and extremely real. You know, I saw Bondi trying to, you know, do damage control with this supposed list of people in the files. I mean, it's nothing. I have said that for years. This wasn't like a brothel operation. Not everybody in the files was doing things that were illegal. In fact, like, you look at like someone like Peter Thiel. People need to be extremely concerned about what Peter Thiel and Palantir and that clique were doing in those emails, because it affects all of us. And, you know, as far as any kind of relationship with Epstein dealing with his sexual preference, it's not there. And a guy like Thiel, who, I mean, I'm not sure, I don't believe that he was in the closet at any time in the beginning of their relationship. I think the first emails, 2000, man, could go back to 06 on a business deal, but we don't have those emails. I think like 2003 might be the first ones, but I could be wrong on that. So certainly not there. He's not outed, but later on when you get into like Palantir and those groups, when you get beyond the PayPal mafia, if you will, you know, Gawker got him. And it wasn't Epstein, sorry. Doggy's moving. We're moving and grooving here, me and Smokey. Can we get 100 thumbs up? That'd be nice. We could get to 75 and that would be cool. I would love that. Yeah, big up to Metzger for coming on with me yesterday on Valentine's Day. It's funny, I was sitting there listening to him talk to his girlfriend while she was about to, you know, get like the dinner plans together or whatever for after we did the show. He was sick, and honestly, came out of nowhere. Like I said, he had put up that post, and again, these files are important because it shows you narrative management, secret societies, shadow 9/11 commissions. He had put up that post about the shadow 9/11 commission. I dug into it a little bit, and we started texting back and forth. Then he texted me the less redacted email between Leslie Groff and comedian Bobby Slayton. Pizza email. Yikes, you know. And it literally was funny. I'd asked him, I go, hey man, you know, we need to do a show soon. Didn't get back, and then I said, because he sent me that Bobby Slayton email, see you at 4, because it's in the email, see you at 4 p.m. And he goes, all right, yeah, let's do it. I'm like, all right, let's do it to it. Oh man, look at these. I mean, I can see them there. Real clouds, blue skies. This is Midwest majesty right now in the middle of February. 60 plus degrees. Smokey sniffing around, and the Bermas Brigade showing out on a Sunday show, loving it. Like I said, later this evening we're going to be doing the Secret Society Zodiac show from the emails. We're going to be talking about members like Paul Volcker and Tom Brokaw. A couple other members in there. There's one that I got to hunt out called Howdy. Maybe the internet has already hunted him out. And props to all those who are doing real hardcore independent research into these files and not just, you know, on the hype along train with your hot influencer that's saying this or that about them, you know, because let's be honest, a lot of these people get a lot of things wrong, and a lot of these people are out there for a viral tweet or video or Instagram post or whatever that has little to nothing to do with reality, and sometimes it's purposely not truthful. You know, for instance, I just put up this post. I watch a lot of DJ Vlad, and you know, he's He's got mostly hip-hop guys on there, but every once in a while it's somebody else. And he put out this tweet yesterday. It could be a total troll and shitpost. They do it for the lulz, the LOLs or the LULZs. You know, these people love having an audience that's so captured when they say something that's totally outrageous and they're trying to be slick about it and they know it's not real. They get a kick out of it, right? So I don't know if this is real or not. But essentially, DJ Vlad starts popping off about the Megan Thee Stallion and Tory shooting case. I think it was all the way back in like 2020 maybe, or 2022, right?
I like your dog.
Thank you. And little guy's riding, beautiful day. And he says he was on the payroll to promote Megan's side of the story. He says that like Jay-Z has the entire LAPD in his pocket and paid Trump off, all this other stuff. And then someone comments to him. I posted screenshots of all of it, not endorsing any of it. Just want to make sure everybody knows I'm not endorsing any of it. I don't know that any of it's true, but he says Jay-Z is Epstein. Can we get 100 thumbs up for Jay-Z is Epstein? Right? Like if I wanted to, and we wanted to be big time clickbait and, you know, get those viral posts out, I just have a big headline, Jay-Z is Epstein. Source, famous DJ. Like have Vlad like blacked out and just like Epstein and Jay-Z looking at each other. Oh boy, Jay-Z is Epstein. And look, I'm not saying Jay-Z's a good guy. Jay-Z is in that Abramovich clique, right? Just like Lady Gaga's in that Abramovich clique. They're certainly into all sorts of weird and terrible. No doubt about that. You know what's not weird and terrible? Thumbs in this video up or getting out there and taking a walk if you're in the Midwest right now and it's 50, 60 degrees and the sun is shining. The sun is shining. I love a sunny day. Love a sunny day making me smile. Getting out there, getting the legs moving, touching grass, as they say. And that's another thing people really need to do. I need to do it more. Is get away from the screens every once in a while. This whole doom scrolling culture. I tell people, you know, a lot of people go, well, bring up your Instagram. I go, what Instagram? I have an Instagram because I used to run a bar. Go look how many posts I have on it. Certainly not on my phone. Oh, well, let me get your Snap. Snap? What's that? Oh, I know what Snapchat is. It just wasn't my generation. Didn't need to do it. Don't need to be hooked into social circles like that. Well, how about your Talk? You got a TikTok? And I really should, just for the show. I need to maybe do that. But, you know, I've never been a 14-year-old girl in the 2010s or 2020s. So I never saw that being a thing I wanted to do. So no TikTok. None of that stuff's on my phone. I don't even have Facebook on my phone. And I would suggest other people also not to. We got a little dog and family there. We're going to turn it right around. That's what we're going to do. Turn this one around. Maybe beat out over it by the other dog park. Man, a lot of dogs out today. A lot of dogs out. I think my man is going to go wild when he sees all these dogs. But that's okay. That's all right. Maybe we should wrap this one up with the 200 people watching. Here's the deal. We've decided on the documentary. We are going to be doing a documentary series on Epstein files. Obviously, Jeffrey Epstein in particular is the subject matter, but the files themselves and what's actually in there, what's not in there, the real connections. I mean, we're talking about a plethora of new and real material that actually does show how the world works. So I think I think that maybe the first one we're going to call Fine Young Cannibals and the Global Elite or something like that. If you've got ideas, if you've got documents that you think absolutely need to be in this docuseries, the goal right now, and we're doing this with Dauntless Dialogue, Adam Riva. I really love Dauntless. God bless him. You got an idea of something that needs to be covered. You got a direct link 2 files that I don't have, please give me those files. In fact, again, big ups to whoever did find the GitHub links to the zip files. I think it was like, man, it was way more than 20 gigabytes. It was a substantial amount of files. So, you know, plenty of stuff to look through, plenty of stuff to give to everybody. Oh, a little smokestack right there. A little smokestack. So here's the deal. The links are down below if you want to support the broadcast. Thumbs it up on the way out. Comment down below. Documentary stuff. If you want to get at me with raw material to cover, DMs on X are probably the best way. Get outside. I absolutely love you guys. And I will see you all on the flip side.